Hello my pre-calculus student. In this video we are going to solve trigonometric equation. Let's begin with this equation. 2 minus 10 secant of x equal 4 minus 9 secant of x. The first thing you have noticed that you have secant of x on the left side of the equation and on the right side of the equation. So what we are going to do is that we are going to move all secant of x to one side of the equation. So we go ahead and add 9 secant of x to the right side and then to the left side, so that we can move the negative 9 secant of x from the right side to the left side. So now we will left with 2 minus 1 secant of x, because negative 10 plus 9 equal 4. Next, we are going to subtract 2 from the left side and from the right side of the equation. We try to isolate secant of x. So now we have negative secant of x equal 2. Now we still have negative 1 times secant of x. We have to go ahead and divide both sides by negative 1. Then we end up with secant of x by itself on the left side of the equation, and on the right side we simplify this quotient, so that will give us negative 2. Now let's go back and review the periods of secant graph. So the periods of secant is 2 pi. So now we can say that solutions on the interval from 0 to 2 pi, or now let's go to the unit circle now, and we're looking for at what angles that secant of that angle will give me negative 2. First of all, from the unit circle, we only can see directly the cosine value and the sine value, so we won't be able to see secant, cosecant, and tangent and cotangent at all. So let's remind you that to find secant of theta, secant is the reciprocal of sine. So I'm going ahead and write out the reciprocal formula first for you. So secant is reciprocal of sine, so secant is 1 over cosine theta. So I'm going to go to each one of this pair, and I'm going to take 1 divided by cosine, which is the first value of each one of the pair right here, and see which one that will give me negative 2. So first of all, we have to ignore quadrant 1. From 0 to 90 degrees, we're not going to look at this. Why? Because all of the values in quadrant 1, they are positive, and we're looking for negative. So I'm going to look at the next quadrant here. So we do have, so let's look at 120 degrees, or 2 pi over 3. If I take 1 divided by negative 1/2, so think about 1 divided by negative 1/2, that will give us negative 2. So now I'm going to continue to go counterclockwise, and I'm looking for cosine of what angle that will give me negative 1/2. So look for the first value. One more right here, which is 4 pi over 3. So let me highlight that for you. So again, if you think about secant of 4 pi over 3, is 1 divided by cosine of 4 pi over 3, which is negative 1/2, and that will give us negative 2. So there are two answers, 120 degrees or 240 degrees. Now I'm going to go ahead and write them in radian. I'm going to write the answer in radian. So it will be the same as 2 pi over 3 radian or 4 pi over 3 radian. So I'm going to write down my answers. So the solutions on the interval from 0 to 2 pi are 2 pi over 3 and 4 pi over 3. Now what happens if we continue to go around the unit circles? So we are talking about the solutions on the interval from negative infinity to positive infinity. So now I'm going to go ahead and say right here, the solution on the interval from negative infinity to positive infinity are, so let's start with 2 pi over 3. You will go ahead and add 2 pi times n, because each time you go around one complete circle, that will be 360 degrees or 2 pi radian, and it just tells you that how many times you go around. And then 4 pi over 3 plus 2 pi n, where n is an integer. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure that you are going to copy the unit circle to your homework and write out your own summary. Goodbye.